field position in American sports feels. And the Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tigers offense will get the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Got his man. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Fires to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Scanning the field, it's Yaw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. So the Texas Longhorns offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. There's the pressure. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Just keep slinging it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Off play action. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll return it. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Out of the gun. They'll run it inside. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. They'll give it to the back. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Kick is in the air. Takes it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Finds space on the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's caught. Kearney on the Jets. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Auburn offense. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Back to pass, it's Shaw. Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Here's the return. Continues to fight for yards. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's got the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Longhorns are on the move. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. He's got him. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. He'll keep it himself. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Auburn lines up quickly. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, Dave, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say?
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Out of the gun, the inside give. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. It'll be third and long. Back to throw, it's Shaw. The sure hands, it's Lyle. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Hauls it in, looking for space. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lyon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the grab over the middle. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll run play action. Here's a heat. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty flag. Did they get the receiver for a push-off?
Pass interference. Offense.
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a pick, but clear offensive pass interference on that play.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He'll start this drive firing. Catch in the middle. It's Landry.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense.
The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the option. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. He'll pitch it. Breaks into the open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you can tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He caught it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on the option. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got his man on the outside. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. On 4th down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the missed field goal, this lead still sitting at 13.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Pat Dye Field in Jordan-Hare.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Back to pass. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Oh, they're after him. They get to him as he throws. But the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This is well within field goal range. That earlier miss could have influenced this decision. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. To the air on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Back to pass on 2nd down. It's on target and complete. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Gets it out quickly. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Fighting off the defender. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. He's looking to throw. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Auburn offense. From the gun, to give, looking for room. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Looking to throw at Jaw. They'll run the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Makes the catch at the 30. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying play action. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, running back on the move. Turning it on! They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The give to the tailback. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The pull and throw off the RPO. At the 45 on its way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Extending the play. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Shaw. Looking to the big tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Lost a throw on first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between their quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Power football with the run. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Lyle. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Got nothing last time, now second and goal from the 3. He's trying to get it in, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. The AT unit on the field. Bangs it through for an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Iowa is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Niall Kinnick among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Penn State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going to sling it on second down. Hauls it in. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner. But right now they want to stop on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he hauls it in at the 30. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. Handoff from the shotgun. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll do it himself. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Runs through the tackle. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown, Longhorns! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Dropping back, it's Shaw. Got his man quickly.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on him, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Rushes on him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete on the right side. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll pull it on the read. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And the pummeling has started. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Salt enter wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it.
33, Auburn, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Looking to throw, it's Yaw. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Snap to the back. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Plucks it out of the air. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Tigers have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Finds the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be